forever. You notice that that the church never says, when you get married, you're not going to have any problems. Well, some of you who've been married says, when you get married, that's when your problems begin. You know, we don't live in a world without problems, do we? It's just a part of it. The second part of what the code teaches us about marriage is that marriage is for the procreation of children. Those of you who are thinking about getting married, and those of you who are already married, remember when you went to see the priest and he filled out for you the marriage application? We call it the MA form. Well, on the marriage application, one of the questions on the marriage application form is it your intent to have children? And he would ask the groom to be, the bride to be, are you open to having children? And he's listening for the right answer. The right answer is yes. The wrong answer is no. Because if you were to say to me, or you say to him, we're not going to have children, then you can't be married in the Catholic Church. Because it violates what marriage is all about. It is all about that natural order of procreation, to be able to have an offspring in order to share in that great love to which God has. That covenant. And that it's the duty of these newly weds who will be parents for the education of their children. Because the church reaffirms over and over and again that the family is the place for the education of children. Not a school, not a daycare, but family for the education of children. That's what the code teaches us about marriage. That's what the church law teaches us about marriage. I'm going to stop there right now. You got any questions before I go on?
What if one can't have one?
All right, let's say that you have had cancer and physically you cannot procreate. Then we would get you a dispensation.
Or older couples marry.
Yeah, you know, somebody comes in, they're 65. You know, I'm not going to ask them if they're going to have children. Yeah, that's a good example. But, you know, somebody 19 or 20 comes in, and I'm glad they're honest with me, you know. What about this? If a couple comes in and they say, we're pregnant, do we marry her? We would talk about it. I have and I have not. Why are we going to go ahead with this marriage? Is it just to give the baby the last name of daddy? If that's the reason, that's not the reason to get married. Because that marriage is not going to last. It's not. That's not the reason to get married. If we're talking about that something happened and now that we're in love and we totally want to make this relationship work between us and God and us, then we can work with it. But it would take some time to work that out. And I don't put a guarantee on that when I'm working with my couples. But yet, I do. I mean, I will, and I don't make any promises. But because that's a question I ask my couples when I see them for the first time. Are you ready? Any other questions? Any questions? Good question.
I would just add that Father Freddie was talking about the church law, the canon law. Where we get all of that is from Scripture. I mean, that's the foundation of our belief about marriage. Is straight out of the Bible, really.
Well, the church teaches us that marriage is part of the order of creation. Now think about that. Marriage is part of the order of creation. If it is part of the order of creation, then it has to be for the union of a man and a woman, different than a relationship between what God has given to anything else that God has ever created. God never said to the dog, you're going to take one dog and this will be your mate for the rest of your doggy life, Or to the cat, old Tom, here's this Priscilla cat, and she's going to be your cat for the rest of your natural life. So for Tom and you, Priscilla, you are going to be a union in this natural order of things. That didn't happen, did it? Because old Tom, he may have 15 Priscillas roaming around out there. But in that natural order of love, God deemed that marriage is not a human institution, but a divine institution. It is not a human institution, but it is a divine institution. And with those who are getting ready to get married and those who are married, you're living out a vocation with a particular focus in mind. Married couples, your vocation is different from mine and Father Randy's, and mine is different from yours. For those of you who are single right now, your vocation is a little different, but it's going to change real quick. The vocation, your vocation of a husband is to do everything that he can do in order to get his wife to heaven. The vocation of a wife is to do everything that she can possibly do to get her husband to heaven. And when children come from this union, to be the best teachers that they can for their children in the way of the faith. Now, with that little one walking back there, we can bring him to church. We can raise him in the church. We can send him to Catholic schools. We can give him everything that we can possibly get him. But when he becomes 22, 23, and he leaves home, it's his decision whether or not he's going to be an active member of the church. But you, as parents, have laid the foundation for him. Parents come to me, I hear this all the time. I have failed as a parent because my kids are not in the church anymore. No, you didn't. You're not a failure. You did everything that you could possibly do for your children. You taught them in the ways of the faith. Now they have to own it. They have to own it. They have to own it. They have to believe in it. So the natural order thing of the vocation is this process of loving and forgiving and for teaching. Loving, forgiving, and teaching. We are taught that we were created different in the order of creation. Nowhere in sacred scripture do we find that Tom the cat or Priscilla the cat is created in the image and likeness of God. They were created to be a cat. There'll always be a cat. They were born a cat and they're going to die a cat. They may be the best cat of the whole world. But when they die, they're just a cat.